What's up, y'all? How's everyone doing? If you're tuning into this, I appreciate you tuning into it. It's been a minute since we've done Beatbox content. I've made several posts. Gotta make any excuses. I was like, I don't think this is, from a business point of view, sensible to do this stuff. But I like it. And I think I'm getting to a point where the quantity of the uploads will mitigate the financial risk of doing things that probably won't do well. Right? So I'm excited for this. GBB 2023 already happened. It's been months, and we haven't seen a lot of content from it. And there could be several absolutely legitimate reasons for that. In fact, in general, I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to cover GBB content, and I said as much. The idea being that the way it was run exploited artists. However, that seems to have been rectified for the most part. For the most part. Hey, Ryan. Thanks for stopping in. GBB 2023 is doing things differently, right? I said I wasn't going to do the content. Shazam said he wasn't going to do the content. We felt as though, and yes, I do put myself in the same pantheon as Shazam, because I am arrogant. But we weren't going to cover these things because we felt that GBB was exploiting artists and not paying it forward. Supposedly they had rectified that. And that's dope. And whenever I say dope, like, I know I murder that word. I am incredibly white, just in case you didn't know. Okay, this is actually a pure white canvas with a lot of saturation. I am so white. When I walk outside, I'm a traffic hazard. I got moonburn. I didn't expect to be doing GBB 2023. I thought that there wasn't going to be a lot of headway on improvement on the stuff that matters. Well, it turns out there was. And it's not perfect. By any stretch of the imagination, it is not perfect, but it's a start. And I'm glad we get to have this back. And usually people don't put their money where their mouth is. Usually they'll complain and no one will do it better. You know, the best thing that'll happen is that someone like Shazam and Sin will see the lack of tournaments that are good and ethical in their mind. And then they'll go make one of their own, right? Vokoda, same thing. Felt that it was exploitative, went and did it on his own. And that is testament to tenacity of the GBB community, or not the GBB, but like of the beatboxing community online, which I think most people got started because of GBB. They turned in their attention to beatboxing because of that, or Codfish, which, you know, shout out to that guy. I need to actually go over his more recent things because he's pretty good. But they've created a prize pool. Is it as much as people wanted? No. Is that likely a result of the financial reality that is GBB? Probably. But here's what I find that's insane. So I think River won. That's what I was told. Now, and I was also told that River dispersed his winnings. That's crazy. I don't think you'd find that almost anywhere else. There are a lot of criticisms, I think, that can be had over the fact that the beatboxing community is so young. There is a criticism that is overly prevalent because people are idealists. You get situations like the Tomikaz thing where there is no sensitivity and there's gossip pieces. No one takes into account what women have to deal with because there's just not enough women in the community. And then no one has to deal with or reconcile the fact that, you know, people of color have a long history of allegations of this. And I'm not saying anyone's right or that this happened or that happened. But the point is that I don't know, and I need to not make a fucking gossip piece about it, okay? So that happened is indicative of the youth. But let me tell you what, I don't think there is an adult anything, right? And not that people who are not adults in the community, certainly we're aging to that. But I can't stress, I never expected anybody to share their fucking winnings. And that is because the community is young and idealistic, and they're making changes. They're forcing changes. The way that React content is going is getting better because of the demand. People demand effort. People demand thoughtfulness. People demand being engaged with the community, and to highlight and bring attention to different members of the community, which, by the way, doesn't exist in any other reaction niche. No one's complaining on a Ninja clip compilation or a Shroud clip compilation that they don't link back to Shroud. No one's going to be complaining that I didn't link back to Beyonce. No one does that in any other niche. But here they do. And at first I was annoyed. Because oftentimes the relationship to React channels, it's a symbiotic relationship. Almost always I'm going to react to something that you know about. You know where that link is. But what we want from reactors, what we want from people who cover this stuff, is to give something new and to give something back. That is uncommon, and that is incredible. So with that in mind, I want to start out with a criminally underviewed wildcard. This guy is sick. Why do I know he's sick? Didn't even watch the video, but D-Lo said he was sick. I wanted to hold off on watching the video so that I can watch the video with y'all. So that's where we're starting today. And that's a blessing. So this content is going to make fuck all money. I am not going to see a dime off of it. I'm a full-time creator. I need to make business decisions, but fuck it. I love beatboxing. I love this shit. Because it is the shit. See what I did there? Yeah? See what I did there? I think I'm clever. I don't know. So, without further ado, here we go. Boom. Sorry I've been missing the chat. I've been, I tried to make a video. I was just in the middle of saying that. I'm like, this is a video in itself. So I wanted to get my thoughts out of the way on that because I've had a lot of thoughts on this. But they've been making improvements. A lot of other events still don't pay, so it's what we got for now. Yeah, I mean, listen, D-Lo can't even get sponsorships, okay? Right? Like the big boy of the community can't get it. Collapse maybe has had one or two, And a lot of his videos, to be honest with you, I imagine when he does those things where he reaches out to artists to do these covers, like I imagine when Collapse reaches out to these artists that when he does 100 this or 100 that, I would imagine that he's compensating them possibly financially. Right? But D-Lo can't even get sponsors. I have yet to see a Collapse video where he says this video is sponsored by, right? So if the reason why GBB can't get the money is because people look at this demographic and they think what I think. Where's the fucking money? It doesn't fucking exist. like I'm sorry, but when the fan base is largely 13 and European, it depends on the certain parts of Europe, but generally speaking, people pay the most money to reach Americans because we're rich and sloth-like. And there are exceptions like Switzerland, etc., but this is such a good thing that's happening. I really dig your channel. Thanks, man. I'm glad people like it because it still shocks me to this day that people like this content that I make. It's wild. It's wild to me. Used to think React content was insipid, and it can be. And I've made insipid content. I've made like super shitty React videos, sometimes out of ignorance, sometimes because I'm fucking lazy. But the idea that we can share that together, just the pure joy of this stuff is amazing, and I'm really grateful. And I've met artists, not met them personally yet. I do think that that's a thing. Like I want to start going to beatboxing events and stuff like that in person. But I have to level up my earnings a little bit. But anyway, yeah, I love that you guys love this shit. So I'm really grateful. Yeah, I don't know if the splitting of the winnings has been done yet, but that it's even a conversation is kind of crazy. I grew up in esports. I was top 100 in US East for Warcraft 3, which if you've played Warcraft 3, first of all, it was way easier. Let me just get the player base was not anywhere as large as it is now for any of these games, right? I did make it to Masters League and stayed at Masters League for StarCraft. I just played a game recently where just like fuck it, and I just played a game recently against somebody, and I felt bad, man. I just rolled over this fucking guy in matchmaking. I felt bad. I was like, literally, I'm only here to test a build order that I'm going into a tournament after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I'm gonna be in a tournament for multiple games, but among them is StarCraft 2. And I just fucking dumpstered this kid and trying to test this build order. He was diamond. I thought he was silver. I thought he was at best gold. This motherfucker was diamond. I watched the replay back. I'm like, this guy's bad. Right? The penultimate rank, short of the top 500 players, and this kid was fucking bad. And I annihilated him. So when you put that much work into something and you're that good and you beat the shit out of other people, the idea that you wouldn't take the money is crazy to me. It's fucking nuts. But here we are. I should have filmed that last, but what timestamp was that? That's 14 minutes. So it probably was a long fucking thing. But, let's do 11 minutes to 14 minutes for that little bit. I need to have like a second instance for where clips are significantly longer, but anyway. Anywho, let's get to Astron. I think that's his name. This guy is criminally underrated. Criminally underrated. So let's watch him and be grateful that this human being exists. Let Let me separate the videos a little bit. My movement or my my move scripts are bad. They don't work anymore, which sucks. GBB it is do boxing. I imagine when Collapse reaches out to these artists that when he does 100, this guy is criminally underrated. Yeah, we'll grab those. Yeah, my fucking scripts don't work right now. I don't know why. Python just decided it wasn't going to do anything useful. So I have to fucking manually go through this. It takes time, which fucking blows. Usually I just hit a button and it all works, so. But I have to... What is going on? Can you hear my herbager? Eddie Vedder. Impressions that are bad. It's mum. Alright. This one I'm excited for, though. Alright. Let's dig it. Let's dig it.
¿Qué tal, gente?
Man doesn't even speak English. This video is in 480p. This video is in 480p. So this better be fantastic.
Soy Astron y esta es mi wildcard para la Beat Duel 2023.
Always a sucker for the filter stuff. He hits hard on that. Ooh. Nice. Nice groove to it, you know? Nice. I like the glottals he's doing.
No necesito ver para saber que lo que llevo aquí dentro es solamente poder.
Nice. Oh yeah. Oh, the stuff he's doing vocally is really cool. That he's doing that shit on a whistle is nuts. Is that a snort? What is that?
What is that?
Oh my god. This is musically very intelligent. This is a great composition. Nice. I like the sudden end. It actually works. Listen, that video is so good. And that's Astron Beat Duel. It's so good, I enjoyed it at 480p. My eyes were bleeding, but my ears said, fuck you, fuck your eyes, no one gives a shit, listen to this sick shit. The way he's using his voice is kind of insane to me.
¿Qué tal, gente? Soy Astron y esta es mi wildcard para la Beat Duel 2023.
Oh, definitely some moments. So one of the things that's always impressive to me is when beatboxers do this thing with where they have very plosive consonants, but their singing is an effect. That's actually quite difficult. So this right here. So if we really slow it down, we can appreciate what he's doing to make his vocals clean. Whether this was intentional or not, this is what happened. I have to slow it down tremendously. I might actually, you know what, I'm going to bring this up in VLC player because it happens so fast. And VLC player I can slow down.
¿Qué tal, gente? Soy Astron.
That was
y
like
esta
30
es mi
seconds
wildcard.
in. This is nuts. Video playback speed. Let's go slow. Okay. Okay.
I think that just pains in the first.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll reach out and like when I'm done with this, I'll want to check up on you. You want to work? Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I think I have it on display capture. Let me just double check. Yeah.
No necesito ver.
Let's go before then. It's on that snare. It's on that snare right here. Like he stops vocalizing on the snare. Yeah. So it actually happens so quick, it's kind of hard to appreciate here. So we'll slow it down. So notice when he's on the plosive vowels, like the kick, he actually just stops vocalizing. And he gets into like more bassy tones. So instead of going, which is going to make it harder to sing, he's using as he's singing. He really quickly stops vocalizing. So because you actually, if you vocalize, you don't get a T sound, you get a D sound. Right? So he's singing and not singing very quickly. And one of the ways he does that is using glottals, but I really want to look at just this moment and appreciate it. Right? That's very quick in terms of going in between them. Okay. Yeah, so right here. Right here is where he's using one of the tricks to get a percussive sound in his singing. So in the absence of consonants to create a rhythmic feel with your voice, you have to use what is called a glottal. I'm going to bring out the anatomy software. I really like my new lighting. What is this? Why is this a thing? That would be why. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta go into GIMP as well and change that. Did I save it? I think I saved it. I should have saved it. Open recent. No, I did not. I want to be able to draw, but it's okay. We'll just get, I'll reach my hand through. I think I can do that via this. Is that gonna work? No. All right. Well, whatever. All right. So it always takes me a little bit to find the used to be able to save this stuff. Where's the muscular system? I always like hide it. I really wish I could save lymph node, nervous. I don't think I need the visceral. Alright, I think that's good. Alright, now I gotta decapitate this guy. Ooh, boy. I knew ye will. Boom! They're gonna keep the larynx. Yeah, good. No, I cut it too short. So those are the actual vocal folds, so we don't get to see the fucking thyroid cartilage, which is a big deal. I guess it's not a big deal for this specific point, but I shouldn't have to do this. Like, it should just be able to save it. Did it still get rid of the thyroid cartilage? I feel like it did. Yes, it did. All right. Thyroid cartilage. There we go. And we don't need the ligaments right now. These are the cricothyroid muscles. Does that mean the vocal folds were... No, they're still here. But I would like to have the vestibular folds, but I don't think it's worth fighting for that right now. We'll just get rid of these. Oh yeah. There we go. Oddly enough, I think I actually want to kill the thyroid cartilage after all that. All right. But man, it's gotta be. There we go. Let's go to the ligaments as well. Okay. I want to check chat real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, doesn't look like I'm missing anything. All right. Let's move this then. Okay, so these are the vocal folds right here. I like this view because a lot of times when we view it top down, we don't get a sense of how it works on the z-axis. A glottal happens when the folds are together and then they open up. You'll feel if you do that, you'll feel your throat closing, right? That is remarkably different than how the vocal folds generally come together in singing. I want to demonstrate Asper graduals. Oops. All right, let's see that. Audacity, that's Audacity. All right. So when you have an aspirate gradual, well, I guess first we have to talk about how the vocal folds come together at all. I'm actually excited to edit this. Hey Andres. Good to see you again. Thanks for popping in, man. I'm doing great. How you doing? We're going over what? We're going over some beatboxing videos. Because I always find it interesting how beatboxers navigate the human voice. Because there's a bunch of problem solving that needs to be had, and it's really cool. I mean, so that one of the ways that the vocal folds come together is through what's called the Bernoulli effect. Right? As you blow through the folds come together, right? Nature pours a vacuum. Pressure from the blowing creates less, it makes it so that there's less pressure in between the folds than there is outside of the folds. So they come together. You're kind of sad? Why is that, man? That was a live performance? Yeah, from Astron. Yeah. Which makes it crazy, too. I love that. Because he was a wild card, right? You can't do that. I guess people have done a lot of like editing and recording on their wild cards recently. Like that's been a thing. No, Adrian, you don't have to. I've been preparing in advance so that so no one has to do that. And it's easier for me because I don't want to have 2 instances of OBS and you know, do this for that stream and do that for that stream. I just prepare it in advance and we're good. So the Astron stuff, and we'll watch it again. We'll do a once over on it. I have sent you. I didn't see, not yet. Just because I haven't been checking my Discord, but I'm gonna be going through my Discord today. Yesterday I went through my YouTube comments. What did I do else? I guess I streamed to talk to people and then I went to my YouTube comments. I try to, after every live stream, I try to like get to different comments in different places. So it's kind of like a routine that I have. If you decide to watch it, the Astron thing. Oh yeah. Are you talking about another piece of content, Adrian? I fixed that, the eye level meeting thing. 101 on YouTube, and I'm fucking it up. All right, Ableton or Audacity rather. All right. So because that's true, we can gradually bring the folds together if we gradually increase the amount of air that we use. Now, even though there is compression here, you can see that V shape, the gradual growing of the sound, right? That's the gradual nature of the vocal folds come together. And that's impressive that it has that effect because I have so much compression on my audio right now. Now, here's what a glottal looks like. Now, I don't know if you can tell the difference. Why I love this view, we're going to zoom in real quick. You can see Anya, you got to stop making noise, making my life difficult with the editing bits. Where's Paint? That's on GIMP right now. Right. Okay. Now you can see right here, this little moment. That is the pressure behind the folds building up right before we get the full voice. Why is that significant? I don't know. I just think it's cool. Hold on. I'm catching up with you, Adrian. I didn't see your messages. Let me go back. That was a live performance on Twitch. Decided to watch it. No. Seems you didn't see my messages. I was talking about the Angry Wilson's cover of Michael Jackson's Thriller live performance. And that's, you sent that on Discord, correct? Because unfortunately, if you sent the link, that gets nuked. And I probably could go back to YouTube chat to pull it, but right now I'm looking at Restream chat. So I am going to get to my Discord stuff today. That's going to happen. So my apologies on that taking a long time. Trying to get into this kind of routine. I live stream for an hour, edit, do some housework while like watching the edit, then fix the edit, post it, and then, you know, does that make sense? Because I hope that makes sense. Nice. I actually got more replays than I thought I would. Dope. If it was sent here, yeah, I mean, I have pretty aggressive moderation filters as well, because I've just had people, like I had someone, this is crazy that like they dedicated so much. When I was testing my live streams to see if they worked, some guy like spun a bunch of bots with like terrible names, and they would always enter the channel, and like I was like, man, you put a lot of effort into this, like just to fuck with my stream. And I was like, luckily I'm testing this, so this is good. So I just cranked the moderation settings. I'm afraid to go back because, you know, the guy was dropping N-bombs all over the place, and you know, I have a lot of my audience is you know, black, so if I see a lot of that, and I don't do something to crush it, that's makes a very negative experience for a decent portion of my audience, which is unacceptable. So anyway. Do I have to send you a link? You probably have to send me a link on Discord. There's a suggestion channel on the Discord. So you can hear the
No necesito ver para saber que lo que llevo aquí dentro es solamente poder.
Still good after the third time. Ooh. It's interesting that sound, because if you do an S and you voice it, it turns into a Z. So again, I gotta slow it down just to make sense of what he's doing. There's that timestamp. That was 102 minutes, and that was his drop. It's a really sick drop.
A bailar.
That's a teeth whistle, correct? Like, as far as I understand it, that's a tooth whistle. Stop, Anya. I'm live streaming. Stop. 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 God, this is so sick. Even slowed down, it's really hard to follow all the details. That's not just a snort, right? I think it's like a tongue mixed with a snort. I need to do a tongue. I need to learn click rolls and tongue rolls. Thought the whistle might be from the nose, but was unsure. That's fucking crazy. So apparently D'Lo thought this was a nose whistle. It kind of sounds like a teeth whistle to me. Now this goes back also. This also goes back to like voice versus unvoiced consonants. So if you have a voice on a z, I can't even do a whistle. So if you're vocalizing on a whistle, it sounds way different. So he's cutting in and out on his voice, which is impressive because he precedes the whistle with the chest bass. So that's kind of nuts because you have to cut like, and then he has to find the whistle again, like the right spot for that pitch after he uses a plosive. Like you can't whistle while you're right. I mean, this is so incredibly intricate, and the details are extraordinary. Yes, video recommendations. Let me double check, but I'm almost positive that that's the one. Do I have another one? Oh, I also have suggestions. Yeah, both of those work. Either one. Trying to think if I have the energy. It sounds like a teeth whistle for sure. For sure, that's what it sounds like. I'm almost positive. I don't know if D'Lo had the time to like open the thing and slow it down to make it out, because like he's D'Lo, he doesn't need to do that with this content. Like generally he doesn't need to do that to get an accurate assessment, but also like in his React content, he's not trying to get too technical, which is almost a shame. Because I would love if he got more technical. It wouldn't perform as well though. Like people would just stop watching if he went super technical. That would be for like the diehard wannabe beatboxers. Like, well, not wannabe. I mean, for me, I'm a wannabe, right? I don't like the best I got is. Like I can fuck around with throat bass and like something like that. Something like that. I wonder if there's a way to get it like an attack on the snort bass. Like, that actually works. Cool. If I take, because the snort bass works because the uvula is vibrating. So if I actually put the tongue to the roof of the mouth, the way that it starts kind of gives it a nice attack. Anyway, I love this shit. Have I ever seen I have a Dimash React. Yeah. The thing that I get nervous about is that the Dimash fan base is really, really, really enthusiastic. Almost as much as the Mariah fan base. And what I have to say on Dimash is like he does a lot of like tomfoolery in the high end, and not in a bad way. he hits his high notes in so many different ways that you can find people who hit those notes in different ways who are specialists. Like when he hits a G natural and he gets it like in an operatic kind of fashion, it's actually not as good as an opera singer doing it. You know, like Dimash can do the G natural like 12 different ways at least, right? So, but if I say like this isn't as good, but watch him do something crazy, so he'll go and do like a metal thing, and I'm picking apart so like, you know what I mean? So he'll go do a metal high note. Is it as good as a metal singer, like the best metal singers in the world when they do it? No. You know, but he has variety. And I think he uses it well, but I get nervous when I do that with like a fan base that is so rabid. Because I do know people who have been doxxed. Like that happens. Like you say something about a singer that they don't like and you get doxxed. Now it might be worth it anyway to give it a try. Because I do think he's like wildly impressive. But I think that he is so kind of all over the place stylistically means that he's not top tier at each of these singular things that he does. And he just wouldn't be. No one would be. You're never going to be a specialist. If you dabble in other things and someone just like dedicated their lives, because like opera singers, tenor opera singers dedicate at least 10 years to covering on a G natural. It sounds easy, right? It sounds like an easy note. But to get that texture where you're not like, like, what would it be? Let me get a pitch here. Yeah, because I need the G. I actually need the pitch. Let's see. What's a good piece for that? Geez, what's a good G natural fucking melody? Okay, that's not coming to the event to me. That is da 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 dum dee da. Angel and lover, heaven and earth, am I? Right, yeah. Let's see. God, I forget this. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it's angel and lover, heaven and earth, am I with you? That kind of neutral vowel there is fucking hard. There's actually a video on YouTube of Pavarotti going like, he demonstrates it this way. Angel and lover, heaven and earth, am I with you? And that might sound fine there, but when you want to have an even line through opera, when you're going through and you want the high note to and that's like past the G natural, it really sounds weird. I'm trying to think of an example. But to do it like the way I did it at first is very difficult. Am I with you? Like, and Dimash can do that, but he doesn't do it as well as like someone who's a dedicated opera singer. And I think that's an important point to make. But that's why I haven't covered a lot of Dimash, because there are a lot of bells and whistles that he has where they're bells and whistles. That's what they are. So that's why I haven't done a lot of the Dimash. Because I'm afraid of getting doxxed. Like that's the reality. Sorry, and I'm catching up with chat right now. Does the word operatic about the actual projection technique? Because there are certain notes and sounds that lay people will always call operatic, but it's not the same, even though the note sounds familiar. I would say, so this particular concept that I'm talking about is, for lack of a better term, called covering. And that term gets bastardized really fast, where it kind of loses a lot of meaning. A more accurate way to put it is vowel modification. Aesthetically, that is very important for a tenor to be able to do, so that you don't sound, the music just sounds weird. It doesn't sound as smooth going throughout the registers if you don't do that, because high notes will be high in opera for tenors. When they're high, they're very high. They tend to be. So if you're doing that on G natural, then you go up, it loses that kind of pop, the high note pop, where it's like, holy shit, that's a high note. And then also the line, the legato gets broken, because everything before that F sharp, F, G natural, everything before it doesn't have that level of brightness. So, you know what actually would be a really good one would be Das Bildnis ist bezaubernd schön, which is a fucking, yeah. So if I do this, Das Bildnis ist bezaubernd schön, that G pops. But that's not the way the song is designed melodically. So if I were to cover it, it would keep the line, it would keep the phrase like kind of more elegant, and that it sounds like a line. It doesn't sound like a bop bop da di da, right? It's one line. Des Bildnis ist bezaubernd schön, Weihnacht euer Liebersinn. And then I get to this point, and it actually is compelling. Here's the end of that phrase. Ich fühle es, wie ist Gott der Bild. That's a high note. And that, it musically makes more sense. And I know that's a really shitty way to say it, but you're not gonna get to the point where something is exciting if the shit before it was the same thing, right? There's that even line where the melody line sounds like this versus zip up, and that allows the end of the phrase to kind of have an apex. So covering is an aesthetic necessity for opera, for tenors. Critiquing allows you to become better. Let me go to chat here. Critiquing allows you to become better. It's not always a bad thing. As a singer, I want to listen to a vocal coach or musician. It said you can't say anything now. I don't know if I can't say anything. I think that I would want to spend details on these things. And the problem is that I don't think the Dimash fan base would be willing to hear those things. Because it's an involved explanation. I can take what I did and edit it down, and I could very much get a more succinct way of explaining that. I've never really explained covering, because I think as a concept it's largely bullshit, because it's so corner case. But like when Dimash does it, he doesn't do it that well. He does it better than anybody who's not an opera singer, and the effect remains. But there's tension in it. So I think if I go through more performances, I'd probably find different things, but I get nervous about discussing those sorts of finer points when it's Dimash, because I think everyone wants to see someone just lose their mind when they watch their favorite singer. And I'm not going to lose my mind if something is not as good as it could be. I don't know if Mariah Carey can cover. She just doesn't. She doesn't go for it. So I respect Dimash, and his versatility is fucking mind-blowing. And he's a mind-blowing singer, but he's not perfect. And I don't think people are willing to hear that. But I can give it a try. Worst comes to worst, I get doxxed. No one's going to want to come out here anyway. It's too fucking hot. A big congratulations on your streaming journey. Thank you. Thank you, Barn. Yeah, check out the Nana GBB wildcard. I have, and some of the other wildcards. I haven't done a lot of them. I was hoping to get through more of them, but honestly, I'm a little distracted today because my wife is a little sick, so that's on my mind. And I like found that out like just now. She popped in. I was like, holy shit. So I'm a bit distracted, but yeah. So I didn't get to a second wild card, but also I got fucking super into what Astron was doing. Look at his name. He's so fucking good, man. I don't think people get it. I don't get it. Like, the intricacies of great beatboxers is like ridiculous. I think maybe if I approach a Dimash video with trying to explain the differences between the high notes instead of comparison, I think that would probably be better received. So I might do that. This isn't the last beatbox stream we're gonna do at all, by any stretch of the imagination. I don't do these often because this financially doesn't make sense, but I think I can pump out a lot of videos the way I used to, but also edit them, because that was driving me insane to just do the same fucking thing over and over again. It was driving me nuts. So, like, there's some editing shit I want to work on, but anyway. Impressed enough for multiple playthroughs each. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I missed the context before then. If you haven't heard him already, check out Astron. We just did that. We literally just, I think Ryan was there for it, but we just, yeah. But we just went over that particular one. The wildcard still doesn't have that many views, by the way. It has like 7K views or some shit like that, which is crazy low for how good it is. I mean, just like fucking get to that. Card. I look up Astron wildcard and it's like not even the one that comes up first, which is insane to me. Like I have to go to Delo's React, go to the description, and then bring up his video. And his video has 5.2K views, which is bad. That's a view count that's unacceptably low. But no one, they go to the React channels and they see that and they don't go watch the original, which is crazy to me. So yeah, I mean, like, listen, Delo reacting to it is a good thing for Astron. Let's not get it twisted. But it's just, people have this expectation that reactions really help an artist blow up. And that's not entirely true. They help, but they don't do it. Let me actually look, because let me look at his videos. He has 2 videos up. So on his end, that's unacceptably low. He needs to be pumping out like 1 a day at least because they're short. And they could just be like fucking like just he gets a coffee and he's like, or like coffee, yep, like just something stupid like that and just turn it out once a day. Like, and he'd be doing better. Like you can't rely on a reactor to make your shit work. So this guy's fucking super talented, but it just sucks because you want someone who's this good to pop off, but that's not what the algorithm wants. Like, you've got to constantly be in people's face. Otherwise, the algorithm is just going to not give a fuck. Unless it's like Mr. Beast, where the videos are so extravagant that people don't mind that they take time in between, but not everyone can be Mr. Beast and spend $1 million on a video and have the ROI be there. Like, fuck, man. I don't know. I'd be afraid to drop that much money on a video. Like, shout out Sasha like 3 times in a row and he still doesn't have too many views. Yeah, it's just part of it. That's just what happens. Just dropped yesterday, but kid is gonna get some attention. Yeah. It took a couple people to shout out Jolux. It took like a lot of people, and it was more than one routine. And Jolux showed up to events. And so when you have consistency and people going like, this is sick, that's different. But you're not going to get that from one video. That's just not going to happen. You need a consistent presence. Uploaded the dealer reaction from his stream, so we got views from it. Yeah, good. Good for him. That's a good point. Drop Barracuda. Yeah, he didn't think it was going to make the rounds. Yeah. Just took 10 years and a viral hit for him to work for him. Yeah, it's chasing virality is not good because you want substance behind it. Otherwise, people watch one vid and they go away. So Ren, it's pretty fucking good, right? So they'll see a video of him and then they'll go watch other videos, and it's fucking sick. That's what you need. And yeah, 10 years, 10,000 hours. I'm not mad that I don't make a lot of money off of YouTube. It's weird. I was watching Eric, whatever the fuck, the guy that hit like 1 million in quote unquote 1 year. He posted like fucking 7 years ago and 4 years ago. Like he worked his ass off, and he put a lot of effort into it. Like he wasn't chasing it. It was fully organic because the substance, absolutely. Consistency, substance, engagement, and participation. That latter one I lack. I lack that. I lack going to beatboxing events. I lack collaborations with other artists. And the second I get back to kind of a financial level that I used to be, that's what I'm going to invest in. Is I'm going to pay people to like do covers on my own shit and make appearances on my shit. And that's going to take years, right? The ROI on that is not going to happen very fast. So it's a lot of money to drop for collaborations, but that's what it takes. The extent of his catalog when he really hit. Yeah, man, you want it. Yep, absolutely. 100%. All right, so I'm trying to keep these down to an hour. I love chatting with y'all, and I love doing this. I'm always, whenever I'm live, I try to always be attentive and on. Not like that's disingenuous, but like I want to have the energy. And after, I don't want to be like I used to turn into like Dr. Disrespect. And I was expecting like all these hype things from his highlights, and he's just like sitting there playing a game. And I'm like, that's the meta, that's what works, but kind of don't give a shit. So I'm trying to keep it to an hour. No, dude, it's fucking jabbering is what we're doing. We're good for it. If you can't pay, you could try stuff where you both get videos out of the collab. I've done that. Artists are lazy. They are, by and large. No, like they're so indulgent and they don't want to do what they don't want to do. So they don't do it. You need to make it fucking super easy. So like what I would do is I would do like a video and video thing. Actually, I have the scene here. I think I deleted the replay, which is good because I want to show you guys like, so like I'll develop like a sequence of like, I do these very fast. Like I'll record this, instant replay this, instant replay this, instant replay this, instant replay this. So by the end of that sequence, I have a full video. For video and video stuff, and then this, that, and the other thing. So it's hard to show when you know, the replays aren't musical relevant. But I could do that and then take one spot where there's just a green block, and then anyone who knows how to use OBS I could show them. You just throw the video in OBS, you put on your camera, and you chroma key. And you get to have this really cool acapella video style thing. I'll fucking edit it for you. But that might be too much. I think the best way to do it is to, first of all, pay them after they do it. Maybe give it like a little front money, but pay them after they send it in. Because that, I've been screwed by that. You front pay it and no one fucking does it. And they're like, sorry, I really wanted to do it. And I'm like, yeah, but you didn't do it. So that's happened to me too many times. Collaboration, the reason why a lot of people don't do collaborations is this exact reason. You know, Collapse has been able to make it work. So, and I think the beatbox community is internet savvy enough to where this shit isn't hard. Most of them will like be willing to like put on headphones to listen to whatever I made, and then they'll do a beatbox thing on top of it. That could be a collaboration. I'd have to test it out, but artists are fucking lazy, so that's gonna take work to figure out. So that's why I haven't done it yet. And also money, so which will come. All right, this dog needs to go out, and I need to edit these videos. So thanks for joining in, everybody. Appreciate you so much. Thanks for chatting. That's always awesome. I love talking to y'all. I don't even give a shit how many views I get on live streams. I really value the conversations. So thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Honestly, I've been having a lot of enjoyment going live at 12. And it's not hard. This is when I'm at my best. So, and I love talking to y'all. So